This is Ottawa. It's a beautiful city, but there's a problem. 34% of seniors are at nutritional risk, meaning that they either eat in an unhealthy way or even skip meals. That's not the reality for everyone. Some people have relatives or friends that they can count on, while others have no one. Fortunately, some people are here to help. This is a small restaurant called Taster's Hub. Taster's Hub is working with Meals on Wheels, a program that delivers food to seniors, and together they're feeding around 35 to 45 people. Let's get in. This is Nandini. She's the owner of the restaurant, and this is Carlos from Successful Minds, who was eager to lend a helping hand. They're going to start packing the food as the drivers arrive. Once the food's in the car, the drivers are ready to hit the road and deliver it. After spending time with Meals on Wheels and Taster's Hub, Carlos had a few questions for Nandini, one of her cooks, and the drivers.
So I've been with you all morning, Nandini. We've packaged around 40 dinners. Was that enough to get all the people that applied for Meals on Wheels fed? Is that enough?
Actually, unfortunately, no, it's not.
And why is that?
Well, the reason for that, it's funding. At the end of the day,
Okay.
it's pretty much funding. The drivers are volunteers. They get 50 cents per kilometer.
Wow.
The drivers that you met this morning, as you saw, were all seniors, pretty much.
Definitely.
The organizers of the Meals on Wheels initiative for Ottawa West are also seniors. There's two positions that are fully funded by the government, and those two positions are responsible for keeping the administration, the organization, and everything that goes on, taking on new clients, letting go of old clients, people that have passed on. So as soon as somebody passes on or declines or stops taking on meals, they can accept a new client, and that's how it works. One drops, another one comes on. Some more funding comes on, maybe somebody else gets onto the list. But until and unless we get that funding, a new client doesn't get on.
Wow.
So the meal price point, as you know, is $6. So you have protein, you have a starch, you have a side of vegetables, you get a salad, you get a dessert, you get a fruit, you get a soup. So all of that
So
they
full
get.
course meal, basically.
6 courses for $6.
It's a good cause because right now we're serving 40 people per day, and there are more people out there that could use the funding, that could help, that could use the Meals on Wheels. But it's the funding that we need to prepare those meals, the extra foods that we need based on the price of the foods, the price of everything that we have to produce to send out for a low budget cost.
You meet a lot of nice people, and it gets you out of the house. And I've been doing this for almost 8 years, and we can always use more volunteers, which would be nice, and more funding for the meals themselves from the governments.
Do you think there's not enough?
Well, I imagine that they're on a shoestring budget at the Western Ottawa Community Resource Centre. So any more funding would be helpful for all the programs.
I think it's really easy to say that, okay, well, we don't have the funding for this, or this can't work, or this can't happen because of X. I mean, you can go to one person and they'll say, well, you know what, we can't do this because the government isn't there to give us the funding, or the city doesn't have the infrastructure, or we don't have people that can do this for you right now, so we're going to have to put this project on hold. We need the money for this project or that project, or the money is better allotted to this project. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, this core problem is happening with a particular demographic, and that's the seniors. And when you look at it and you think, okay, in Canada, in North America, this is a problem that we're having with the baby boomer generation, the demographic, the senior demographic. What are other countries around the world doing? Because they too have a baby boomer generation.
Definitely.
And they too have a senior group within their community. But why is it that they don't have this problem that we're facing? And that's the core at why I'm doing this project, why I've taken on this initiative.
Please
And the
elaborate.
reason being that culturally, my background, I'm East Indian.
All right.
When I grew up, it was a completely different mentality than a lot of the people that I work with, that I live around, that my daughter grows up with. And we were raised with a mentality where your mother's best friend, the children that you grew up with within the community, their parents had every right to say anything they wanted to you for your own good. If they saw you doing wrong, they were just as entitled as your own mother. It was like, to put it shortly, it took a village really to raise every child in that community. But with the village concept, after you're done raising your child now takes on this responsibility of taking care of the elders. So there's never that need to have an external government certified organization that's going to take care of the leftovers.
Yeah.
There
okay.
are no leftovers. There's never a leftover. You get married, you build a home, your home gets enlarged to find a room for the parents that need taken care of as well. Because when you were a child and you needed taken care of, it was your parents that took care of you. So it's this concept of it takes a village that we don't have here, which is why we have these organizations like Meals on Wheels. And with the lack of funding, people are getting left behind.
Leaving others behind. In our beautiful city of Ottawa, we take pride in leaving no one behind. However, over 25% of our seniors live alone and don't have the necessary means to live a comfortable life. We need your help. They need your help.
My vision for the future with Meals on Wheels is to be able to provide meals that the seniors will all appreciate. We can't provide a menu that has to be that has to work for all the seniors across the board, because it doesn't work like that. I have seniors or people on my menu list that have backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds from India, and I have people that are Irish, I have people that are Chinese. I try to do as much as I can,
Of course.
but an Indian person is not going to enjoy barbecue chicken and shepherd's pie because he's never eaten that before. Whereas a Chinese person is going to love the stir fry, but is not going to like the butter chicken. I promise you that. So how do we make this work? That's the challenge. That's the future. The future I see that if we have enough funding, we can provide the menu items not just by nutritional requirements, but also by palate. What do you like eating? And that's what I would like to see happen as soon as people can understand that you need to take ownership for this demographic.
They say no act of kindness, no matter how small, has ever been wasted. To Meals on Wheels, Tasters Hub, and all those who believe that love is about helping one another, we wish you the best going forward.